No, Tora is gonna win.
And on to our next story, the snap election for the House of Representatives. Discussion is swirling around potential nominees as the deadline for candidacy announcement nears. Candidates will announce on the 23rd of this month, while voting will be held on the 18th of next.
18 of...
Elections, huh? Don't matter to us. It's not like we can vote in them yet anyways.
True.
Why don't we resume our conversation?
Well, the Phantom Thieves are back together. We can finally take it to Akechi and the bastard backing him.
Have you figured out who's behind all this?
Akechi accidentally let that slip after the murder.
Yeah, I want to see that.
He said, Shido-san.
Oh, because yeah, the phone is still had you were still like checking his phone tracker, the thing that you put it. Yeah, that's true. When he went out after murdering the fake me, and the other guy was like, "Don't say my name," something like that. Yeah. He was still looking at the phone.
Shido. Feels like I've heard that somewhere.
He is unmistakably a man of power if he has such strong connections to the police.
You know what's funny? I didn't actually mention it, but when that happened, when the guy said Shido, I was gonna say something like, "Oh, now the cameras in here heard you saying his name." I was gonna say something like that, and I think I didn't. I only thought it. But at the end, somebody did actually hear it. Tora, let's go, Tora.
Shido? Could it be Masayoshi Shido?
Who? I believe he's a politician. Remember, Ryuji? You said his speech was too loud.
For real?
For real?
It's certainly possible that Shido is the mastermind.
Huh?
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Nothing material. However, there are various conditions which align with that possibility. First, he would profit from damage done to the current administration by the psychotic breakdowns. He's maintained a negative stance toward the Phantom Thieves and has gained tremendous popularity. On top of that, he'll most likely become the next Prime Minister if he wins this upcoming election.
No!
Did he set us up with that election in mind?
If he is behind all this, that would be in stark opposition to his honest public image.
So his current position and popularity is just him benefiting from the mental collapses.
We'll make him have a change of heart, no matter what it takes. Mom.
Shido, huh?
What is the matter?
You know him?
I had a feeling he was wrapped up in all this.
You know him.
Just based on the connections I had from my previous job. I think the one who crushed Wakaba's research and confiscated her materials was probably Shido. From the moment Wakaba died, I had a hunch he was involved.
You know, I just got another idea, or not idea, but like question in my mind. I just realized this. So the way to enter to the metaverse is through an app in your smartphone. How will people access to it before smartphones? Will there be a weird number in the just normal phone like that one behind? You just call it, yeah, I want to enter to the metaverse. Please.
But there wasn't anything I could do. So I chose to protect Futaba and went into hiding.
Why didn't you say that sooner?
Good question.
You guys would have definitely gone after him if I had. He would have just killed all of you, no doubt. That's what he usually does to people who get in his way.
Originally, I was looking into the mental shutdown cases. It was then that I accidentally stumbled upon government research regarding the psychotic breakdowns.
Or maybe Persona 4 and Persona 5 are more connected than we think. Because Persona 4 had old phones. So maybe it was through the television. And then it evolved to that smartphone app. That's the connection. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up.
So I tracked down the whereabouts of that research data and met with the associated parties. Boss was one of those parties. I would never have imagined all of this was connected. The mental shutdowns, psychotic breakdowns, Shido, and even the Phantom Thieves' actions.
Way back when, Shido kept saying he was going to be Prime Minister one day. Nobody believed him, though.
Entities are different. Yeah, I guess so. It's just a different thing because these are palaces, the other ones were just like a television world. Or what if it's connected to Tokyo Mirage sessions? I don't know, I'm just making more stuff up.
What's going to happen to this country if Shido becomes Prime Minister? What about the world?
The issue is simpler than that. This is nothing more than yet another selfish adult trying to impose his will on the public.
We gotta expose that rotten bastard!
Yeah, we'll do it like always. Then let's check the nav.
Masayoshi Shido, the guy running for Prime Minister. Got a hit! Well, duh. Ain't a surprise he has one.
Where would the location be?
What kind of things go through a politician's head?
Power.
I always think of dirty money and shady actions.
What does he do? And where? We don't got a clue about this guy's life.
Do we still have the tracker on Akechi's phone?
His palace must be somewhere that politicians frequent. Any ideas?
Politicians frequent. I mean, do you mean like their workplace, or where they just go to party? The Diet Building, a fancy restaurant, election headquarters. That's what I was saying, like where they work or like where they party. Yeah. Diet Building, election headquarters. Can they go to the election headquarters? Is there a thing like that?
Talk about small scale.
Perhaps it's the Diet Building?
We got a hit!
How arrogant must he be to see himself as the ruler of the Diet Building?
Our next target's the big shot politician Masayoshi Shido. We're gonna do this, right?
What election headquarters? That's what I was thinking. What about Akechi?
No need to waste time with him. We just gotta hit the head. Nobody against it?
Of course!
He will be a worthy opponent.
Let's win this together.
Time for revenge!
Then it's unanimous.
Makoto didn't say anything.
All we gotta do now is figure out what he thinks that diet building place is.
Diet Building place. A restaurant. A fancy restaurant.
So that's the app that allowed me to enter the metaverse.
An old fart like me can't wrap his head around all this stuff.
We'll have to deal with this before Election Day, December 18th. That means we need it done by the 17th.
It's best we hurry before they discover there's no body in the morgue.
Should we start tomorrow then? We can meet at the Diet Building after school.
That reminds me, what are you gonna do about school? You can't show up if you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I cannot show up, but then all of the students are gonna, figure out that I was the Phantom Thief leader.
Miss Kawakami said he went back home for family reasons.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers it. Kawakami is on our side. But hey, so Kawakami is also with us in this plan. She already knows everything that happened. Or maybe she said that and in her mind is like, oh, he's dead.
That's what I told the school.
Don't let him find out you're alive then, alright? This whole thing would be for nothing.
What do you mean?
Miss Kawakami knew. Well, Miss Kawakami doesn't know that I'm a phantom thief. That's true. We haven't arrived to level 10 confident. So she doesn't know I am the phantom thief. So she doesn't know while hearing the news that I am dead. So Soyuro just told her that and she's like, oh, okay, fine. Right? He doesn't have a clue that I'm dead or like I'm the phantom thief.
This operation had another purpose outside of escaping Akechi's clutches.
Although, wait. If I got Kawakami's confidant to level 10 beforehand, then she will know. Unless that confidant somehow doesn't realize that I'm the phantom thief leader. I don't know.
Shido tried to place all the blame on the Phantom Thieves and deceive the public at the same time. He has ruined countless lives, and even made Goro Akechi, a student, assist him with assassinations. A mere change of heart is too lenient a sentence for such an abominable criminal.
We'll be making use of the police statement that the leader of the Phantom Thieves committed suicide. Our leader, who is presumed dead, will come out of hiding to deliver a grand statement.
But then everyone is gonna know that I am the phantom thief. Right?
He'll say he has escaped prison, not committed suicide, and was in fact almost killed by a criminal.
Although I suppose that I'm gonna do that while wearing my mask or something.
Everyone's gonna flip.
You guys thought through all this stuff too?
We're intellectuals, you know.
Well, you're not the one who said that.
That's why you needed such a daring trick as getting captured and appearing to be killed. What frightening teenagers.
But the true battle has only just begun. We won the first round, but we must stay on our toes.
Yeah, this ain't the time to be celebrating.
These people tried to trap and kill us. There is no end to their inhuman, conniving nature.
Conniving, what's conniving?
We will need to be prepared for whatever may come our way.
I finally made it this far. It's already been 2.5 years since we met.
Back then, you earned the media's attention as a young politician who could rise up against bureaucracy. Because of that, those who wanted to preemptively deal with problems tried to tie you up in scandal.
To think I would fall for the ruse schemed by those decrepit fools in power. I recall that's when you came to me. You promoted yourself saying you had special powers. If it wasn't for the research on cognition that I dabbled in, I would have thought you insane.
I made those troublesome opponents psychotic and erased any trace of that scandal.
Who'd think that tampering with a person's heart could trigger a psychotic lapse or mental shutdown? And when someone like that said he'd support me, I had suspected there'd be an ulterior motive.
It's because I sympathized with your aspiring ideology. I believed that your ideals needed to be achieved for the sake of the country's future.
Well, my faith in you was precisely why I pulled the plug on that research. I only need you using that power. It'd be troublesome if someone else uncovered how it works.
Wakaba Ishiki, was it? That researcher. She wouldn't have had to die if she just complied.
Any suspicions should be snubbed out. Even the smallest doubt must be severed at the root. After all, we had an active public prosecutor's office director on our side until recently.
Astounding, isn't it? To think the director himself often forged evidence to secure his promotion. He was quite surprised when you confronted him about it. He didn't know who leaked that information. Well, I got that out of his shadow, so technically speaking, he did it himself.
This country's affairs have become stagnant. The political world is filled with old men who only act to preserve their own vested interests. The general public has forsaken such political affairs and don't even bother. Only ruin awaits us.
I must agree.
There's no need to be ruined along with such incompetent fools. I will lead this country to its revival.
Fools.
Those who get in the way must be eliminated at times. That's the correct way to use the metaverse.
Still, it would stand out if there were continuous deaths and scandals with your political rivals, which is why I made them suspects. Prosecute the targets that I turn psychotic, and solve them as cases unrelated to you. And thus, the charismatic ace detective was born.
Thanks to your efforts, my clean image remains untarnished, and I've monopolized public opinion. Once I gained public sentiment, collaborators from all sectors began approaching me on their own. The police were no exception. With their management in my pocket, keeping them in check was easy.
Said that predators from all sectors. Okay. And police.
When the Phantom Thieves emerged, I thought things might become somewhat troublesome.
And they were just brats once we looked into it. All we needed to do was lay the blame on them.
When you told me that, I knew then that you were the better man.
Their popularity was a bit beyond my expectations, but flipping it made the negative press stronger. After that, all I had to do was openly berate them. I've been gaining more supporters since. The current administration is dead with ongoing scandals. Never mind the fact that they're my doing. Even the government parties have begun splitting up, and they're dissolving just as planned. The time has finally come. Just a little more, and I will take the seat of Prime Minister. However, inauguration isn't my goal. That's when everything truly begins. I'll make this country rich for the sake of its selfish and ignorant masses who can only rely on others.
In other words, you're creating a powerful country that can compete with the world.
The public resonates with my ideals and follows me. And for that, some sacrifices can't be avoided. That is my duty as the chosen one. Your assistance has been very influential in making my plans proceed smoothly.
Also, another thing that I was thinking is the SIU director died. Well, no, never mind. I was gonna say he died after I was like in the interrogation room. So who will they blame? But no, they just said that it was just a heart attack. I guess they didn't pin that down on the Phantom Thieves.
When I become Prime Minister, I'll grant whatever wish you want.
Samantha's wine.
With this most recent case, my name has become known across the country, perhaps even the world. Surely my story will be passed down as a hero who won against monsters that could control people's hearts. I believe I'll lay low and devote myself to my studies.
I suppose with your age, you wouldn't come up with debauched desires.
I am thinking about the future, though.
Well, how do I put this?
It's like things have finally settled down. Life's gonna get real busy for you starting tomorrow, right? Get some rest.
Well then.
Chief's right, let's take it easy for today. Okay, now I cannot go out. Can I go out?
Hey!
I get that you want to go out after being locked up. Starting tomorrow, you're going to be really busy. You should take it easy and rest today. But I want to level up my confidence more. Satch. Well, let's say maxed 5, 6, 7. And I'm probably gonna max this too, so.
I'll just add this.
So that was 1 whole hour of just cutscenes and speaking and all that.
So,
Oh, by the way, the police report on your dad isn't gonna show up at your school. No need to worry. Seems Prosecutor Nijima worked out some kind of deal with the higher-ups or something. I mean, they haven't even said anything to me even. As long as you stay quiet, you'll be fine.
how do I put this?
And I guess if they reported your death now, they'd basically be saying you were a phantom thief. Exactly. They can really go announcing what the phantom thieves are, so I'm sure they'll avoid that. At any rate, I'm glad you're back safe and sound. But even that's putting it too lightly. You had it rough in there, didn't you? Don't worry about it. Akechi was after you all along. I knew it was risky, but we had no choice but to depend on him. But thanks to your tenacity, you were able to fool him. It's payback time. Let's make him regret underestimating the phantom thieves.
Remember how I hijacked your phone during the school trip? That kinda came in handy.
Also,
Well, remember how I put that wiretap app in Akechi's phone?
yeah.
Basically, that let me see GPS info for 2 phones, yours and his.
Also, you knew that we went to the metaverse?
I'd be able to tell the precise moment Sai Nijima, who had your phone, ran into Akechi.
Oh.
That's when I saw my chance and beep, sent the signal to activate the Metaverse Navigator. But there was a chance they'd just pass each other without saying a single word. That's why we needed you to tell Sai Nijima to show the phone to Akechi. This plan still surprises me no matter how many times I hear it. Still, I couldn't just directly hack into the Metaverse Nav. It's a mysterious app after all. But you know how it has that bookmark function? All you have to do is push the button. Making the phone think he was pushing that button was totally doable. Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good. Can I play video games?
Yeah.
Even though it's the same old attic, it's an important place for you, huh?
Nice.
Really did a great job. You should take it easy today. I almost died, Mona.
Yeah.
So do I just go to sleep? Meanwhile, these guys are gonna stand in there.
I'm gonna head back then.
I guess I'll head home, go to bed, alright.
Guess you won't be going to school for a while.
Nice.
Don't worry about it. This'll be a breeze compared to what we've had to face so far. And we'll have all the time to come up with the plans together. To be perfectly honest, I don't really care what happens to Shido, one way or the other. But when I consider the fact that he's your enemy, I naturally think he's my enemy as well. I'm going to stay with you until the very end. Well then, we should get to sleep. You know, something that Futaba said before. When you were in a pinch in the palace, she picked up a reading of someone who came to your rescue. Was that...
It was Kasumi.
So it was Yoshizawa. Then we'd better let her know you're safe now.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know. She just heard the news. So she actually thinks I'm dead.
And I'll even lend you a hand with that.
That's what I was saying, like the people who do know that I'm the Phantom Thief leader, they right now think I'm dead. Apparently Akechi arrested the leader of the Phantom Thieves. He's a hero. I'm so glad Akechi's back. I hope they can catch the rest of the Phantom Thieves too. He really is amazing.
There's no point in even having an election. Shido's gonna win.
Wait, we became Ryuji now. Everyone is becoming Ryuji. Now we became Ryuji too. So we gotta start doing a good job. For real?
Of course, he's the only reliable politician there is.
Wait, why is that guy behind with an actual real face while everyone else has just like the no face thing? Guy's sus. Hey, sus. The guy above?
Plus, the current government has been getting wrapped up in scandal after scandal. Even more importantly, there's just an aura about him. Like he can fix whatever problems we have.
Honestly, it doesn't really matter to me who does it. I just want to see our society back on track. Especially after it turned out those Phantom Thieves were nothing more than scum in the end.
You unlock KG Plus, you play as Ryuji like when you unlock Luigi in Mario Galaxy.
We'll show you.
I heard you went home, so I announced it during homeroom. But that's a lie, right? How do you know? I just knew. Planning something with Sakamoto-kun and the others, huh? Wait, how did she has my number? Oh wait, she has my number because I contact Becky, but she has a different picture in here, I guess. Well, try not to trouble the school or the parents, okay? Also, make sure you're keeping up with your studies. I'll handle your housework as long as you request me. Well, that's good. That's good. Is it true that the leader of the Phantom Thieves died? How could that police let him commit suicide in jail? They need to get their shit together.
Cut that out!
Quiet down, you're in class. Break's been over for quite some time now. Wait, now that I'm not the one who is gonna receive the chalk? Oh no, Mishima, you're gonna get proficient. I swear, you're like monkeys in a zoo, huh? Oh yeah, I received word from Sif family that he'll be absent for a bit. Yes, what do you people think school is anyway? It's almost time. Hey, it can be true. Can it? Please tell me you're okay. I'm all good. Oh, thank God you're safe. Yeah, that's another thing that I said. Mishima will be like super worried right now. That suicide report was all over the news, and Miss Kawakami said you went back to your hometown. I was honestly worried about contacting you. Even Sakamoto was dodging the questions when I tried to ask him. But don't worry, I won't tell anyone. By the way, the fansite is a real mess right now. But I'll keep supporting you from the shadows. Good luck.
Hey.
You don't need to worry about it in here, but try not to do anything to draw attention. Anyway, today's a day off, so eat your curry and take it easy. You can take your time with it too. It's not like any customers are gonna be showing up.
Okay.
Let's try and think of the keyword once the Chief's curry has energized you. We made another conversation without Akechi. Or we just kick him out of the conversation. Have you guys figured out the keyword to Shido's palace yet? I've tried all sorts of stuff but not luck so far. It is hard to understand the thought process of a criminal mastermind like him. You know, I've been wondering if he's been behind all of those mental shutdowns. Does that mean all the weird accidents from these past few years were his fault? Like that subway accident back in April. Now that you mention it, that accident lost the Minister of Transport his job. Wait, are you trying to say Shido caused that accident? What is the subway? Does he not care at all about innocent lives? This man seems to be truly unbelievable. Supposedly there are still tons of victims from that in the hospital even now. Masayoshi Shido, how many has he killed over the years? How could we ever understand what goes on in the mind of such a horrible man? Hey, wouldn't it be faster if we just go there and try and think about it on site? Let's try that. if we're going to go, I like Jabocon to join, but will that be okay when somebody spot him there? And we'll probably figure out that keyword in no time once we're there. Plus, I can throw off anyone who tells us else with my blazing speed. Alright, let's have Jabocon join us then. Remember though, we're going with the intent of not being seen. Okay, well, let's meet in front of the Diet building and enforce that bastard's palace open.
Alright, let's head to the Diet building. Make sure you aren't discovered, okay?
If I were to get, I suppose yes, because Akechi did say that we were gonna disband. So maybe we did that before entering to the palace. You know, like when we were saying already our goodbyes and stuff. Like, okay, this is the last time we're gonna be Phantom Thieves. Maybe that would make some sense. After school, but we don't have a school.
You going out?
Oh my god. That's the plan.
You gotta be kidding me. You realize you're done for if you get caught, right? Ugh. The stunts you pull sometimes. Just don't stay out too late.
Can we really only
She
use
isn't here.
that like hoodie? We're using the same the same jeans, the same coats. We're using the same backpack with the same cat coming outside from it. Like, would it be better if we just like change completely our wardrobe?
Let's begin at once. Police cars are making rounds, so we can't stay here too long. We already have Masayoshi Shido and Diet building. All we need is what he thinks of this place.
Thinks about this place as, I don't know. She just wants to control everything.
Maybe Mount Fuji, since it's the highest place in the country?
Conditions have not been met.
What about a mansion?
Since he's going to subjugate everyone as Prime Minister, perhaps a school?
What about an arena, like the Colosseum?
Imperial Palace?
Conditions have not been met.
It's no good.
I thought we would have gained entry by now. Maybe we shouldn't have called you here.
I got it. Osmanthus wine.
Hey, you think he's guarding his whole palace with a barrier? Shido stole the cognitive science research, right? Well, maybe it had some special move written in it.
Is that even possible? Who knows? I've got no idea. There was nothing like that in the notes I saw.
Anyways, what kind of person is Shido? I can't figure him out.
I did some light research on him last night, but I couldn't get a grasp on the type of man he is.
That man over there is probably a legislator, right? I'll try asking him.
Wait.
Excuse me, I'm a member of the newspaper club at my high school. May I speak with you for a moment?
Sure.
What kind of person is Representative Shido? What's he think about the national diet?
His stance is dedication for country. It's how he's garnered everyone's trust.
I'm still up, I am.
He's an admirable man of action with a first-class determination. I'd say he's a model politician. I believe that he'll help create a wonderful future in which young adults like you can live in ease.
An exemplary answer. It makes sense he wouldn't tell teenagers anything unnecessary.
Look over there. He's on a walkie-talkie.
Wait, is it about us?
Oh.
That doesn't look good.
We should leave at once. Tomorrow's the day off, so let's have an early strategy meeting. Meet at LeBlanc, okay?
We should all think about this tonight.
The criminals calling themselves the Phantom Thieves are no more.
Yeah, the thing is that, you know, we just went through like the super big, long cutscenes, conversations before we could even save. I guess I could already have stopped a little bit before this, but I continued a little bit more.
However, I believe that this country's citizens are still living their days in anxiety. These scandals only increase our distrust of the current government. As a citizen myself, I am enraged.
Look who's talking.
What does it mean to be a politician with responsibility?
They were looking at him at the same time, yeah.
Working toward personal gain without consideration of the country is outrageous.
The election's public notification is tomorrow. But no matter where I go, people are cheering for Shido.
Everyone's being deceived so easily.
I tried looking Shido's interviews up online, they all sound so goddamn fake. I checked his profile as well, but I couldn't find much outside of his title and education. He's currently 53 years old, and he's gone from being a Metropolitan Assemblyman to a representative. So he's a cabinet minister, he's split from the ruling party to form the United Future Party. Shido's a cabinet minister? For real? Oh no. For real. He was especially appointed to the opposition, that's his current title. Apparently he also won a contest for who people will most like to have as their boss. Even the news sites write about him as though he's assured to become the prime minister. Only we could find out the meaning behind Shido's words.
In order to save this country that has been tainted by villains, social reform is essential.
Ugh.
Wait, I got a new decoration. What's with all the love for Shido? I get no one knows the truth about him, but it still creeps me out. But I want to go out. Let me go out.
Okay.
It's time we show Shido who's boss and snap the public out of the trance they're in. Can we even do something?
Now then.
Wear a hood or something when you're in a place where somebody might recognize you, okay?
Oh.
Oh, I can actually do stuff. I want to see if I can interact with... I guess I can't.
Yeah.
Feel free to use the cafe however you like. I know it's not much, but it's the least I can do. So can I go out?
Hey.
I have to think about tomorrow. We can go out another time. I guess not. And there's no crosswords. What is this? You know what? Yeah, it's actually super late.
Do it.
I think I'm gonna be saving it in here. And we're gonna leave it for today. Yeah. Alright. Thanks for joining. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, tomorrow is. See you next time.